White in his deck for Moorland Haunt. No Angels. No white spells main. Angels are in the sideboard.
Interesting. Okay, so he has Augur Bolus and Talrand Sky Summoner instead of Geist of Saint Traft and Angel.
Now, he said essentially that one of the things that happens is that, I was talking with him earlier, that you get the Talrand out, and Talrand just takes over.
So what we have here, we have Jataxian Probe. Ben Robinson is playing Frights with Crater Hoof Behemoth. And this is different. There was a Frights deck that got a little bit of popularity after the Invitational. And this is different than that. Obviously, you know, Robinson's plan here is to me to loot away both of those Crater Hoof Behemoths. A pretty good start from Robinson. We'll see what Prosak can do against it. So he's going to try to... Delver's plan usually is to get a very quick clock down and then snag to race. Alright, and so after Jataxian Probe is done, he's going to play Island and a Ponder. He does have a Sword of Feast and Famine in his main, and it's in his Ponder. He's shuffling, though. A little curious, as Feast and Famine is very good here. I think he's probably must be looking for a land and not finding it.
Now, the Ben Robinson list, very intriguing, that Crater Hoof Behemoth. Because, I mean, he does have a lot of spells that can muck it up.
Right. What I also like what he's done with his Frights list is he has 4 Hunt Master of the Fowls in the main. So yeah, he has 4 Hunt Master of the Fowls in the main, so he has a little bit of a non-Frights-ish plan going on.
Adam Prosak is no stranger to success at the SCG circuit. That is the new Augur. You know, I'm still not used to the art of these guys, so some of the M13s, I have seen them in text form, but very occasionally have seen them in actual cardboard form. Shows a mental misstep.
And that is so key here. Remember, well, that Faithless Looting, Ben Robinson's hand has 2 Crater Hoof Behemoths and a Faithless Looting in it. If Prosak can manage to counter both halves of this Faithless Looting, that is so bad. Man, he's going to misstep the first Faithless Looting, and that really could strand Robinson's hand. Robinson has the red mana on his own, so... And 2 more birds.
Bird. Look at that.
Alright, so Prosak now on turn 3. Remember, no actual white cards in his main. He's going to go with a Phantasmal Image on Augur Bolus. Going to find another card, continue to have more cards. There's 2 Vapor Snags in there, so he's going to show a Vapor Snag. And he'll make a Delver. And then hit in for 1. So he's starting on his clock. At this point, rather than fighting over the rights and lootings, he will probably just let them resolve and attempt to race them, would be my guess. We'll see if Prosak has another misstep for the Faithless Looting. There's just another Faithless Looting in Robinson's hand. So yeah, that's going to resolve. Both Behemoths will get dumped. I believe so. I believe he's dumped both Crater Hoof Behemoths. Sorry, Graveyard is a little off camera right now. And swings in with both birds. Or no, sorry, not swings. Taps to... Sorry. Flashes back Faithless Looting, so he's going to try to get more stuff. He's going to try to set up a rights for next turn. I didn't think in his last hand he'd found the rights yet.
Third land here for Ben Robinson. This is one of those moments where seeing a gut shot a little bit earlier, because he does have 2 gut shots in his deck, could have been very devastating, but right now it looks like Ben is mostly out of danger from gut shot taking any real damage to him.
Alright, so 2 Crater Hoof Behemoths, 2 lands, and a looting in Ben Robinson's yard.
That does look like maybe 2 Crater Hoof Behemoths there in the yard.
Yep, alright, Talrand Sky Summoner, so now Prosak's really going to start the race. swinging for 3, putting Robinson to 16. Robinson's going to have to make one of these, he has 3 Elish Norn, 3 Crater of Behemoth, 4 Huntmaster of the Fells as his targets.
There's the 4th land. That makes 7 mana. He can cast Elish Norn.
And if he just has it, he can cast it, which I don't believe he does, but...
This is a scary moment for Adam.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely cold to an Elish Norn.
So much could go wrong. 5 mana is not 4.
He's going to Unburial Rites a Crater of Behemoth.
God, this is such a good creature. I had this at the pre-release and was shocked
4 and trample
at how good it was.
Well, especially because he threatens next turn just a straight kill with it. Alright, so swinging for 9, that is for 17 damage. I'll put Prosak to 1 if he takes all this. So force Prosak to win next turn. Which is a little bit of a difficult spot to win from. So
there's a chop block.
Did he have to do that? That seems like... I'm not sure he had to do that. Looks like, I mean, it looked like it only put him at 1. Either way, very difficult for...
9. He was taking 17 there, so he could have survived it, certainly.
Oh!
He's like, how about I kill you?
And yeah, that should be lethal. Okay. Wow. Great play by Adam Prosak. You got to watch out with that Frights deck.
Look at that. There's a little small hint of a smile on Adam's face there.
Prosak only with 2 images in the main, and that was the second one.
Not terribles.
All right, so out of the board, interesting game 1. There are 3 missteps in Robinson's deck, actually, which we might see coming in here. Outside of the 3 missteps in his deck, I'm not sure how much we see.
Sideboard, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Adam wants Restoration Angel. I don't think that does anything for him. Another Gut Shot is actually very effective.
Gut Shot's good. Image is good.
Image is very good.
Dissipate or Negate is actually pretty good. All counter spells are pretty good.
I really like Dissipate here.
Robinson's not running any Cavern of Souls.
That's kind of shocking to me. He's not running any Caverns?
No Caverns. 4 Shimmering Grottos.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you aren't typically casting creatures. You're casting Unburial Rites, but creatures maybe not as much.
I mean, I don't know. I just really like the ability to be able to hard cast an Elish Norn.
And I agree. It seems like you'd want that.
From the sideboard for Ben has Duress, which I think is a pretty effective card. And he's got Mental Missteps of his own, which sometimes can really be awesome at blunting the Delver-based decks, or other times can just really rot in your hand. I actually have very mixed feelings about Mental Misstep.
Well, in this matchup, you'd have to ask then, what is it exactly that Misstep is countering? Against Prosak, Misstep is countering Delver of Secrets. Excellent.
And cantrips.
And cantrips. Not as excellent. I mean, so like countering cantrip is fine, and it's not even a bad play, but you are incurring the danger of drawing Mental Misstep, and it doesn't actually do too much. I think really if you're boarding them in, you're hedging your bets that you're going to counter a Delver of Secrets, which it's only 1 card. I think I leave it then. Which
is one of the reasons why you see mostly Delver decks run Gut Shot, because not only is Gut Shot able to kill that early Delver, but Gut Shot isn't dead later because you can kill a Snapcaster. You can use it to finish off an Angel. You can use it to finish off their face.
Yeah, and Gut Shot usually finds a use, which is why whereas Mental Misstep does not.
And Mental Misstep can get rid of a bird once if you have it when they have the bird. Gut Shot can get rid of 2 birds when you're playing against non-Delver opponents. You can get the first bird and then Snapcaster it. Like, it's true that you can also potentially Snapcaster to get a second bird later, but usually it's too late by that point. That bird's already on the like the first bird, you Mental Misstep it, and if they're on the play, the second bird's going to get through. Whereas with Gut Shot, you can have that bird be through for a turn and then punish them the next turn by getting it after the fact.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I can see Mental Misstep in Adam's deck, because Adam is a Talrand deck and he's looking for things to make Talrand better.
He's looking for free spells.
He's looking for free spells, yeah. But I don't like the mental missteps, I don't think, in the board for Ben Robinson.
I just don't see a matchup where I'd specifically want a mental misstep. I mean, maybe he's trying to protect himself from surgical extractions, is what I could see. So, taking a little bit, yeah, contemplating his board here. Otherwise, what he can mix up with, if not the missteps, Robinson seems to be keeping his game 1 deck for the most part. He could board in Duress. I only somewhat like that also.
I mean, I don't mind it, but I'm not excited about it.
Yeah, it's coming out of the wrong deck. Duress is trading a card for a card, and since there aren't specific blocks in Adam's deck that he's trying to remove, I almost feel like the Frights deck doesn't want to trade a card for a card.
I can buy that. That seems reasonable.
Alright, both players, I believe, here at 3-0.
I believe that these players are both 3-0.
Yeah.
Adam looks like he's just kind of contemplating and thinking.
So, yeah, looks like Prosak they're on the keep. So turn 1, Razorwitch Thicket into Birds from Robinson. He has a turn 2 Lingering Souls. You'll see a Ponder out of Prosak. 2 Gut Shots and a Talrand.
Yeah. Last year, Ben Robinson did get in the top 4. He got 3rd place with Boros in Indianapolis at the Open there. So
Gut Shot's going to come down on the Birds of Paradise.
God, that's the scary part about being a Birds deck, is having the Gut Shots hit you.
Yeah, they just don't live very often. Shimmering Grotto and Navason's Pilgrim comes down. I think Prosak is drawing another Gut Shot.
Snappy Gut Shot.
And he'll go for Imaging the Avacyn's Pilgrim.
Mana
I think
acceleration.
He's going to try to accelerate and then Gut Shot.
Oh, nice.
He's going to try to accelerate into a Talrand because he kept one of those off his Ponder.
And Burial Rites in Ben Robinson's hand, amongst other cards.
He has Rights. He's going to go for Faithless, and he doesn't have the 3rd land.
That's 2 mana for the Shimmering Grotto to make that red mana.
Yeah, he has a Lingering Souls, a Hunt Master, and a Burial Rites, but he's just a little short on lands. Probably, he also has 2 mana creatures in the bin, so has a lot to do with that.
Back to you, says Ben.
And yeah, no 3rd land. That's going to be very bad for him. Prosak is going to make his, Talrand right there.
Ouch. This is the first time I've seen Talrand in play in real life as well.
Yeah, we had one round 1. But yeah, so he did board in the Missteps, and a Mulch is going to hit 2 lands for Ben Robinson. But this seems far too late. Talrand is going to make a ton of things. Alright, so then he makes an Avacyn's Pilgrim. He's going to try to start something, but Snapcaster, Gut Shot, make a Drake. So 3 Gut Shots for 3 mana creatures from Prosak. Those things are really just being a thorn for Ben Robinson. Yep, reading the Talrand, making sure it does, if it were that it works off Snapcaster Mage. Indeed it does.
So what does that do exactly? God, that seems crazy. Really?
Yeah. 2 more mana, white and a blue, Cornagar Bolus.
I see a Mana Leak, a Vapor Snag,
Wow,
and something I can't tell what it
pickings.
was.
I think it's Mana Leak you want at this point. I don't know, Snag's also very good. Snag's probably just a safer bet actually, right now I'm thinking about it.
Ben Robinson's graveyard doesn't really have anything particularly scary. And he's on a short clock here. Prosak takes the Vapor Snag.
I'm going to crash for 4. Robinson's next play is going to be a Lingering Souls and a tapped land, almost, I believe. Alright, so Robinson. We know he has a Blackcleave Cliffs from his mulch last turn. Might have drawn another land that can come into play untapped. If that's the case, we might see a Huntmaster here, but otherwise it's almost certainly Lingering Souls.
A good point.
Okay, untapped land.
A good point from John Hammock on Twitter about Mental Misstep being a great answer to Surgical Extraction and Nile Spellbound.
Yeah, I mentioned that it could have countered a Surgical.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely. 2 life here for Ben. That's a good thing.
It's a great thing. I mean, it's good as it's somewhat Vapor Snag proof. And what Prosak needs to do is just make sure that guy never flips. The Talrand and his Drakes should win the game by themselves as long as Huntmaster doesn't flip. So you're gonna have to, play a little bit of a chess game with that Vapor Snag we know he has, and whatever cards he also has. Ground Pounder is not as exciting to attack with. So no attacks from Talrand.
Just the
Snapcaster.
Talrand itself doesn't have flying.
Oh, he doesn't have flying. Oh,
nope.
he just summons flyers.
Yeah. 2 damage from the Drake. Adam needs a spell here. He's got a Vapor Snag, but like we said, Vapor Snagging the Huntmaster is not great.
Snapcaster, I'd say on Ponder, yeah.
Yep. Snappy Ponder. What's that Ponder going to do?
We'll make a 2/2. That's
Boom!
the main thing that it's going to do.
Oh, rhetorical questions.
I mean, could find another Ponder. There's pretty good here.
Now, Adam does not have Ben Robinson's deck list, but I see no bonfires.
Correct. I mean, bonfire's pretty unusual in France.
Oh yeah, I'm just throwing out possible things for Adam to be scared of.
Things you have to be worried about, absolutely. Bonfire, land bonfire for 2 would be pretty good right here.
The usual answer for a deck like this is to get an Elshnorn into play.
Right.
Which,
I mean,
looks like it would be a long way off. There are none in the yard, and a lot of mana short.
We know there's a Rights in his hand. It's not unconceived. I think it's what Robinson's going for right now.
And it resolves.
Well, the
drawing 2 cards, discarding some.
So he's gonna have to find an Elshnorn.
Unburial and Unburial, I think.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Another land.
Tap land.
5th mana. And a bird, 6th mana. He's threatening an Elshnorn next turn. There's a Vapor Snag in Adam's hand.
Probably doesn't need it yet. The question is if Adam has a counter spell in his hand. If he has a Mana Leak in his hand, he's got to feel like he's just on top of the world.
I kind of like getting rid of that bird.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going for the Huntmaster. He wants everybody to be able to attack. Oh, double snag.
Double snag, double Drake.
Wow.
1, 2,
Drake,
3, 4,
Drake,
8,
Drake.
10.
Is that enough on the table?
I believe it is. 8, 9.
Okay, Talrand.
Right.
Wow. Okay, that was my first time seeing it. That was pretty impressive.
That's pretty cool. I mean, when you get one down, it really puts your opponent on notice. The fact that he was able to image the mana creature, good plays by Adam Prosak. And
yeah,
he's like the Talrand is very strong right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a high number of creatures in the deck. Angel, Splicer, Snap, Delver, Geist.
I see. He has a few less cantrips, only 7 cantrips as opposed to like 9 cantrips like we often see in these lists. Only 2 swords as opposed to what we might see 3 in a list like this. And only 2 removal in the form of Dismember instead of more.
Yeah. On the side of John Pennick, we have 16 creature Delver, Delver, Snapcaster, Geist, and Talrand. So like the spot that was originally Restoration Angel, he's made into all Talrands. We're still running Scour, Ponder, Probe, Misstep, Gutshot, Vapor Snag, Mana Leak, no equipment. He has 1 of Sleep in the deck.
I love Sleep. Sleep is amazing.
Sleep's a very strong card. What's interesting, what I'm noticing about a lot of our Delver decks is we really aren't seeing much equipment.
So we see basically a blue-white Delver semi-mirror.
Yeah.
It's a fight of Talrand versus Restoration Angel.
Yeah, this is one of the things I was really excited about seeing about like these different takes on Delver and kind of seeing how they match up. You know, Talrand is a really exciting card.
I know that John Pennick here, he has 3 Cavern of Souls main. His opponent, 0 Cavern of Souls. Shane Bottomer with 0.
Yeah, we are in game 3 here, so mana leaks might not be. There might not be as many mana leaks running around. Shane does have gut shots in his board. They're almost certainly in. Outside of that, maybe not too much out of Shane.
Shane down to 6 cards.
Round 4 of 10 here, so still a long ways to go today.
Metamorph is a possibility for Shane.
Now, Pennick has a full set of images in his own board too.
And I think he's going to bring those in. He's fighting against Blade Splicer and he's fighting against Geist.
Yeah, I see no reason he wouldn't bring in all of them. Shane only has 2 Metamorphs, no images. He does play 19 main deck creatures, so it seems kind of unlikely that he'd be able to have that many images in his deck. He doesn't have any, but...
Shane to 5. And John with a smile.
A little bit. I mean, Delver is still the... Remember, Delver is still the style of deck where, like, mauling to 5's not dead.
I mean, it's not good either.
No, it's not good, but you can still Delver draw people.
Oh, absolutely.
If Pennick... The bigger worry is if Pennick is sitting on a double gut shot hand, Shane's really in trouble, actually.
Yeah, I lost, I guess, like 2 nights ago in an 8-man in a finals to a Delver list that mulled to 4. And they just cast 4 mana leaks against me. I was playing Delver as well that match, and he wrote to me before he countered my last spell. He's like, I don't think you're going to like this one. And
So you already knew it was happening.
The 4th mana
then.
leak.
So Shane leads off on plains. That to me indicates that Shane did not have any other lands. It looks like he just drew that Seachrome Coast. He's playing 5 plains.
5 plains is
That's
a lot.
a lot of plains. And he made it to 3. No plays, but he... On your mulls, that's essentially what you want, is play things like that.
5 planes. I don't know about that.
He's going to play Ambush Viper. No, and John
Ashcote Bear.
Ashcote Bear, yeah. John does not have a 3rd land. So he's going to knock Shane to 18. Sean's hand full of good cards, but no lands in it. This could be an opening for Shane. And he'll play Timely Reinforcements.
Wow.
It's really strong. Yeah, John is going to Vapor Snag his own Snapcaster. So Shane will still... John goes to 19. Shane will still go up to 24, but no creatures.
In some ways, John is just kind of happy to see that happen.
I mean, yeah, John still needs the land. It's actually like he could easily lose this game if he doesn't hit lands.
Oh, absolutely. Wow, no land again.
Alright, he has both cards here, but looking at both ends, he could... Yeah, I don't see much of a play. He's gonna just play as another Snapcaster. Okay, it didn't flip. Good, a little bit of a reprieve there for John. And Sword of War and Peace comes out. John with no white mana and no answer to that. Alright, 3rd land for Pennick, but he still has no white mana. He'll swing.
Third land, though. Island, no white. Not great.
Still no flip on the Delver, but with all these cards
boy,
and
5th land for Shane.
The biggest
so
thing
good.
is like this sword, so it's equipped. He's gonna have to snag. He'll attack.
And it comes.
Pennick can't let that hit him. So he'll snap the
that is
snag.
A very, very ambitious.
Does Shane have the mana?
Yeah. Ambitious Snapcaster.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have another choice in the matter, I don't think.
Does he not have another Vapor Snag in hand? Did you say? Okay, mana leak for that. There's the Vapor Snag in hand.
Yep, so it's good to go for that first. Snag.
There we go.
All
yeah,
right.
your line is very correct. That Snapcaster first. And back comes the Delver, recreating the problem of yesterday.
The question is whether that was better or worse than letting the Snapcaster resolve and leaking the snag. and then eating the Snapcaster. I think it's all... No, this is better, because then you get rid of both.
One of the questions John might be asking himself here, because I see a Gitaxian probe, is life or not? A lot of people automatically spend 2 life on every Gitaxian probe, but it is actually a question.
It is. The correct answer is usually to pay the life, just because the deck has so many live top decks that require that land. That,
yeah, absolutely. Usually, but not always. I mean, that usually part.
Correct.
What's he thinking about here? Snapcaster number 3, Vapor Snag?
What does he have?
Gitaxian probe to do some planning. Yeah. 2 life.
Shane has a Vapor Snag and a question mark.
I think that's
it's just a Vapor Snag.
I mean, he did mulligan quite a bit.
That's true. We have a mental misstep now from John. So that Vapor Snag, so essentially Shane has no cards in hand. John just has to answer this Delver, Haunt, and Sword. You know, that's all.
Just. We see an image on Snapcaster targeting Vapor Snag in his yard to Vapor Snag the Delver.
Yep. The problem is that Shane's at 19. This isn't exactly... John needs to get some business. Alright, so... And because what John can do here is he can misstep. He's going to misstep this on the blade.
And there's the 2 life for the misstep.
But the problem is Moorland Haunt still exists.
Yep.
Now, I might actually main phase
it.
Do that
yeah.
To get it in case gut shot shows up.
End of your Turnitus kills.
Yeah. Right, he just took 4 damage he didn't need to take because they didn't main phase that.
I bet you it's going to be a Vapor Snag on the image.
Sure.
And then we see in hand, John has a blue-white land, Seachrome Coast. It's coming into play tapped, but it's still a land.
Yeah. I mean, John at this point only has to deal with the sword.
It's a big deal, though.
It's a very big deal. John's also slowly emptying his hand, which makes the sword hit a little less, still a little less imposing. It's like might be manageable by the time that sword actually connects.
And we see a token.
He's going to take this one. He doesn't have a way around it.
There is a mental misstep and ×2, I believe, in his hand. And then also...
It's Tau and also Talrand.
I think a Snapcaster. We see the Snapcaster here. Vapor Snag on the token.
This card is so good. One of the tricks to Delver Mirrors is playing Delver well is to draw a lot
of Snapcasters.
Of Snapcaster mages. I'm wondering what the blue is doing here. So he'll ponder off his island. Mana Leak, and some other cards.
Three Moon Ponder.
Yeah. Now, if he keeps a Geist, that won't be as good because John actually does have a Geist. He'd prefer to keep something like Blade Splicer. Would be a great card. He did not. So interesting, he kept a card that was not a creature.
Four mana Talrand.
Yep. Talrand Sky Summoner.
It works.
Now pressure is on
like,
Shane.
He's like, you might have an angel.
And he does have
And he
angel.
does.
Good catch by John Pennick. Angel's going to get equipped with a sword and swing.
In for 5.
Or potentially 8. So
and 2, 3 more damage.
Drops John to 7. Shane's going to leave up Moorland Haunt. Pass back. We see a Delver of Secrets by John. John Pennick's hand is 2 Geist of St. Traps, Delver of Secrets, and I think a mental misstep.
Yeah.
Not much to actually turn on this Talrand.
Well, I don't mind casting a Delver, and then...
He's just got to get cards out of his hand.
Casting a Delver and then mental misstepping it.
It may be... I think Delver misstep it is the only way for him to not die, actually. He's got to create a stream of Chump Blocker and then cast Geist. Shane may have a mana leak here. Remember, there was a mana leak in his top 3.
Wow.
Are
there any ones in John's hand? Mana leak is in Shane's hand.
That was a Delver, I believe.
Oh,
John.
John.
Shane Bottomer wins that one, 2-1. Yeah, I think John misses that. He could have had a potential blocker there if that was a Delver. Tough draw, tough way for him. So Shane wins on the Multi 5. There's a Delver's a good deck for doing that. So I think Shane Bottomer advances, we believe, to 4-0. John Pennick will drop 2, 3, and 1.
This goes again back to that thing that we've seen a lot.